Morning, everyone. Ed Bates here from Kilworth Chiropractic Clinic. Here's today's daily dose, and it relates to something that we could say is pretty essential, and it's your breathing. Now, because breathing's largely an involuntary action and a habit, if you like, most of the time we don't even really think about it. And most of us believe simply that the function of breathing is to provide oxygen, but also to get rid of carbon dioxide. However, that's not strictly correct. Insofar as carbon dioxide is not just a waste product, rather, it performs some pretty fundamental tasks in your body. And without discussing all of them, I'm only going to talk about one now, but that is that carbon dioxide is directly responsible for the transportation of oxygen in your blood. Now, without getting too technical, for oxygen to be successfully transported into your cells, to all your organs and everywhere that needs it, you need a certain level or amount of carbon dioxide in your blood. Without adequate CO2, your body cannot take up or use the oxygen, which means you just end up breathing out the oxygen. So why is this important? Well, sadly, the majority of us are actually breathing far too much and suffering from what is called overbreathing. And overbreathing causes our CO2 levels to fall too low, and thus we fail to take in and absorb adequate oxygen. And this eventually becomes this vicious cycle. The more you breathe, the lower your carbon dioxide, and ultimately the lower your oxygen levels. So then you breathe even more. Now, what causes us to breathe too much, or overbreathe as it's called? Well, simply our modern lifestyles, our processed foods, our overeating, our lack of exercise, our, stress, like the stress we face these days is, not just a small altercation. It's there 24/7, 365 days a year. So the question is, what should you do? Well, paradoxically, you should breathe less. Slow down your breathing. And two of the exercises we routinely give our patients are what we call box breathing and 4, 7, and 8. In box breathing, you simply breathe in for, say, 5 seconds or whatever you're comfortable with. Then you hold your breath for 5 seconds before you breathe out for 5 seconds before holding for another 5 seconds. And you repeat that maybe 3 or 4 times. So it literally is in for 5, hold for 5, out for 5, hold for 5. Rinse and repeat. The 4, 7, and 8 exercise, on the other hand, is simply to breathe in for 4 seconds. You then hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then you breathe out for 8 seconds. And again, you repeat that 3 or 4 times. Now, one word of caution though, because these exercises can dramatically lower your blood pressure, please, please, please do not do them while you're driving. Also, another piece of advice is try and breathe in through your nose. Now, we'll discuss it in more details in later postings, but for the time being, just follow that simple advice. So that's today's tip. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. And I'll just leave you with the following quote that I came across. First, we form habits, then they form us. So conquer your bad habits, or they will eventually conquer you. Speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.